You all know that the party national executive chairman was arrested, was not arrested, was kidnapped. Was kidnapped, and the kidnapper has reported himself on the media platform as being the son of the president, Muhoozi Kainerugaba Museveni. The last tweet that we had yesterday from him was such that Salongo Elias Lukwago was supposed to be flogged throughout the night, and I'm yet to open X to see the extent of damage of his body that has been done. We do not know exactly where they are incarcerating him and where he's being tortured from. We don't know. But at least we know that Muhoozi Kainerugaba, CDF, has been publishing pictures and also texting using X, and he knows the whereabouts of Salongo Elias Lukwago, the executive chairman of our party, and the lead counsel in Dr. Kizza Besigye and Obed Lutale case, whose only fault was to process court papers, summons, orders directed by Justice Baguma to be taken to the CDF on matters of human rights. We are not going to blame anyone, but we are thankful to the Uganda Law Society, who came out and even gave an ultimatum. Let us clap for the Uganda Law Society, because it is their docket that is being trampled upon. You may think that this is the Elias Lukwago, a lawyer who happens to be a political leader, but the manner in which he was kidnapped and the manner in which he's being treated tells you the manner in which anyone else can be treated, especially the legal fraternity while processing court papers. Innocently, but those who think that they have the guns and authority want to use that authority the way they want to intimidate this population and to subdue the rest of us so that they can rule by the gun, not by the law, something which we should stand up to and contest against. So as of now, we don't know where exactly Lukwago is. His legal firm, led by Honorable Rubega Segona, tried to go to Natete police station, which takes his home. They refused to record a statement. They even went to the CID offices. They refused to take a statement, and they opted to write to the CID headquarters to report somebody important that has been kidnapped, whose whereabouts are not yet known. That was done, and we are very thankful to them. The second group, actually the third group, is they are the defense lawyers, whose statement is going to be read. It is authored and owned by Martha Karua, the lead counsel in the defense case against Dr. Kizza Besigye, to the effect that under any circumstances, Muhoozi Kainerugaba will be looked for and service will be done. And because of these glaring nefarious things that have happened to the Lord Mayor, to the former Lord Mayor, our party leader, Elias Lukwago, we can even opt for substituted service if at all he doesn't want to be served in person. But what is obtaining is that he must be served and he must appear before Justice Baguma, who made an order that this application is going to be heard before him. Now, he's standing a test whether he will abide by the law or whether he's above the law. Him, his uncle, who he respects, or his father will answer to Uganda, and we shall demand at an appropriate time that his father, President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, makes a statement to the effect that his son is above the law. Now, what are we observing? We are observing the breakdown of the rule of law. Article 23 of the Constitution stipulates that 48 hours should not elapse before somebody who is arrested be produced to court or to be free. Today, this is the second day, and we are yet to know where Elias Lukwago is. And you may argue that for him he was not arrested because arrest processes are civil processes by the police, and this was a kidnap. So we are yet to review our laws to say what does the Constitution say when officers of the military kidnap an individual. After how many hours should he be produced to the public, or to be freed, or to be produced to court? Those are legal lacunas that we need to explore. But you can now observe that we don't have a constitution has been torpedoed by none other than the CDF, who happens to be the son of the president, and the president has not died, is not insane, and he has just sworn in as the head of state, but the constitution now is being torpedoed under his watch. The second observation is the observation of the quietness of the people, and we are here as PFF telling you that today we are not going to leave any stone unturned. We are going to communicate to everyone who wields some kind of power, whether it is social, religious, whether it is economic. Everybody is going to be communicated to, because this is not about Elias Lukwago, who happens to be the leader of this party. It is about us. It's about our constitution, which is being torpedoed. The constitution is being torn under our watch, and every Ugandan must rise up to this. It is only one person doing this under the watch of his father and uncle, and we must raise our voices to ensure that everybody is up to defend the constitution. The quietness of Uganda, of the Ugandan people, is the most scandalous thing that is happening to our country. And this is something that we cannot accept. Those who have managed to come here, we must tickle everybody to action. And the call to action is going to be made, and it's being made now. We are going to continue to call to action by writing to everybody, knocking at each of the offices in this country to ensure that everybody now rises up to ensure that our country is defended and the constitution is defended and the rule of law becomes a reality in our country. So I want also to thank you, members of the the members of the media. Thank you for being active. You have been here for about an hour or two waiting for these updates, and we are not sitting. We are preparing this country to rise up. We are preparing this country to rise up. The Holy Quran is very, very, very explicit in this, what we are doing. If there is a nefarious thing happening in the community, you must hate it, and hate is in your heart. If it continues to prevail, you must shout at it, speak to it with your mouth. If it continues to persist, you must stand up and fight it with your hands. And the Holy Quran says that the first two options are for the kafirs. So Islam agrees that we must fight against an evil of society actively. So we are going to prepare this country to fight the evil actively. And the phases will be clear, and we are ready to give you an update of these activities. We are preparing ground. Everybody must rise up. Our governors, our party branches for beginners must rise up Let them read press statement to all the local media. Let them drum up support to the defense of the Constitution of Uganda. Let them rise up. We are also calling upon all those people who are holding any kind of power to rise up. We believe that political parties will be the first in this instance. I have been on a talk show with my brother in the NUP, and I have tickled him that this is not a matter of PFF, this is a matter of national interest. And we believe that they should hold a press conference to address and condemn all these kind of things that are happening in Uganda. All political actors are going to be activated. All progressive politicians, even in NRM and in the army, are hereby summoned that we want action against what we see as high-handedness that cannot be tolerated in any civilized world. I thank you very much.
On 15 June 2026, armed military operatives abducted Senior Counsel Elias Lukwago, who is an advocate of the Courts of Judicature and is the former Lord Mayor of Kampala and is the president of the People's Front for Freedom, from his residence at Wakaliga, Kampala, on the orders of the Chief of Defense Forces, the CDF. This is not the first time an advocate is being abducted. On the 10th of December 2024, security personnel seized retired Major Ronald Iduli, then a member of the defense team, from his home at Bulenga at about 4 a.m. on the eve of the court appearance that we had in the General Court Martial on the 7th of January 2025. We remember that day. Also, security operatives assaulted Advocate Aaron Kiza at the General Court Martial while he represented the accused persons. We have about 4 demands. The first demand is the immediate and unconditional release of Counsel Elias Lukwago or his production before a competent court within 48 hours, as is provided for under Article 23(4) of the Constitution. He should be released within 48 hours or presented in court. The second demand is the immediate disclosure by the CDF of Counsel Lukwago's whereabouts and unimpeded access to him by his family, his physicians, and his lawyers. The third demand, that those responsible for today's abduction or those responsible for Counsel Lukwago's abduction of whatever rank be held accountable according to the law. As lawyers, we stick to the law. Lawyers are officers of court, as we all know. This includes advocates, judges. We are all officers of court. We are not agents of clients or their conduct or anything. We are all officers of court. We therefore call upon the judiciary of Uganda, and especially the Chief Justice, Honorable Zeija Flavian, to break its silence over the abduction and the violence against its own officers. And we call upon the Uganda Law Society, the Uganda Human Rights Commission, the East African Law Society, the Pan-African Lawyers Union, the African Commission on Human and People's Rights, the East African Court of Justice, and the wider international community to intervene without delay. The rule of law must hold. Military neutrality and subordination to civilian authority are not negotiable. Uganda cannot become a state in which soldiers act as judge, jury, and executioner.